Hello and welcome to Wandering Monster, America's Test Table. You might notice that I'm alone here, or maybe if you're listening, you don't notice that. Last night we recorded an episode, and unfortunately, due to some switcheroos in the overlay, my camera and audio was silenced for the beginning, so there's no intro. Today, we are going to be playing Odd Gobs, which is live on Kickstarter right now. Now, Odd Gobs is a game that I designed and wrote and is illustrated by Roland Coons of Orkborg. It's a game about goblins living in a cyberpunk dystopia, making the best of things by working the gig economy. Now, what we love about goblins is that they are enthusiastic. They are making the best of a bad situation, but they're doing so with a lot of joy, and this game is primarily about ramping up chaos as much as possible, as quickly as possible. Each character starts, I should say, with 3 benefits. Those are their traits, that their equipment, profession, hobbies, things they're good at, that give them certain benefits like re-rolling dice when they're playing. And as they play, they can get stressors, which are kind of the opposite. They're negative things. They're things that are hindering the goblins. That I can force them to re-roll dice in order to make things more, dicey. You'll see this as we're playing. This was an incredibly fun game. Everyone did an amazing job, and it was a lot of fun. So, without further ado, I'm going to push us into the actual recording from last night, where we're playing Odd Gobs. Luckily, we have all of the stuff from when we started introducing our characters. So, thank you so much. Please enjoy. So, why don't you guys introduce your goblins, and we'll talk a little bit about what that means.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm good and goddamn tired of someone else going first, so I'm gonna do it.
It's about time.
Tonight, I am Stink Gut, and I will be playing. No, I am playing Stink Gut. I have a couple of benefits to being Stink Gut. I am probably called that because of my acidic drool, which is it just looks like regular drool, except that it'll eat right through you. I also am immune to pain, all pain, including emotional pain, which means I'm a pretty happy-go-lucky fella. And then I have a multi-tool arm. So, like, do you guys remember the first Ghostbusters movie, the character Randall Fetzer, and how he had, like, that multi-tool he was trying to sell that was, like, it has the toothpaste and the shaving cream, and, like, it'll do this and that. Like, do you guys have any recollection of this guy?
Let's think of the smokeless ashtray. That's the one I
Yeah,
always
that
think
too.
of.
Like all those dumbass inventions. Like that's my multi-tool arm. It's like it works about it works. It does what it's supposed to do. It's not pretty. It might like accidentally get some eggshells in your omelet, but it gets the job done. And that's one of my arms.
50% of the time, it works 100% of the
I'd like
time.
to imagine it's also cyber toothpaste, laser shaving cream.
Yeah.
All right, I guess I'll go next. I'm after following Stink Guts, I'm Stink Eyes. I have an eye base.
Any relation?
No.
We used to do a vocal act together.
Yeah, it's actually a really common goblin name.
The stink part.
The stink?
The stink part, yeah. So I have an iBezos book laptop. I'm a hacker, and I'm a botanist. So, yeah, look out for that tonight.
An iBezos quick laptop.
So all I'm playing is Hamger, and Hamger is a farmer, which translates to wearing a hemp sweater, hacky sack shoes, and having a pet rat that also might be a Zune with some fur and some diodes on it that may or may not be loaded up full of interesting tracks that are going to be rolled from the Orkborg PDF.
Probably the cyborg playlist.
Oh, no. I'm going Orkborg because from Roland's book.
Oh,
So
okay,
in fact,
okay, I
the
got
Thought
first
those,
song that is going to be pelting out of my Rat Zune contraption is Kick Door 100 from the album Dogful Auto. And if you're curious to know what that sounds like, it's a little bit of orcish hymnal music that's crossed with Drum Bastard.
I love it.
Impressive.
Orcish
Yeah.
hymnal music.
Mixed with drum.
I just picture like someone screaming, like a bunch of people screaming.
I
Like,
do like Drum Bastard. It's probably like
Yeah.
my soul music.
I'm imagining that like the tail on this rat is like a crank, so you crank it to power this like Zune thing, and it like opens its jaws, and it's just like wah, and like ska goblin music comes pouring out.
It was
Goblin.
extremely hard not
almost like
to
a gramophone.
continuously add outdated technology to this game.
hmm.
All right, Mr. Patchkey, who is your gobber?
Okay, yeah. So gotta get on off my bicycle because cycling is life. That's how favorite part of gig comedy is doing deliveries on the bicycle is because it's fun. It's exciting. 2 wheels better than 1 wheel. I tried to unicycle once, bad idea. Anyways, name's Bob Through, Goblin here, engineer by trade, but I mean, things mostly work all the time, but sometimes they don't, but most of the time, all the time, kind of like what my friend over there was saying, but percentages, I mean, it's just pressure levers and everything. Got a bicycle. It's pretty nice. It's a really nice bicycle. I like to ride it, and it's sometimes powered by itself because I decided that I could say that because the nature of the game is you can just interject things that you think work, like how my character has a pompadour. Why does he have a pompadour? It's not on the character sheet. I just feel like that's the vibe that he should have. It's just the pompadour.
There is something else on your character sheet, however.
Oh yeah, my prehensile tail.
Yeah, that's the one.
May
I would
also be a
also-
pompadour.
I would add that this
It's got a little pompadour on the back.
yeah. This
Now,
approach
quick
to
question.
technology is very goblin because it's never like the device is half broken. The approach is always it half works.
Now, Barberthu,
Yeah.
did you design Stinkgut's multi-tool alarm?
I did not, but so here's the fun story. I knew a guy back I was in Goblin engineering school before I wound up having to take side jobs on the side because I mean it's a tough market and people don't always hire goblins because they're short stature. But anyhow, so I knew the guy who did that. I gave him some notes. He ignored me, and that's probably why it works better. But let's not dwell on such.
I would like to ratcon something.
Oh.
I would like my goblin to be piloted by Ratazuni, which is my Rat Zune thing, because I'm imagining this hydroponic farmer goblin is probably a little zonked out of his mind. So you have this rat that's just like pulling his like goblin hair and just like
Can move.
I'll accept it.
I like it.
Ratazuni.
That does mean that like the Bill Gates AI that powers the Zune is partially in control of your body.
That means that if I ever like randomly fail my rolls, it's like Clippy is like popping up somewhere, and it's just like, "You're failing at this roll. Would you like help?" And just makes everything worse.
with that?
There is a
trying to, like, a
Zoom
yokel
somewhere in
voice,
this
yeah.
office right now, and I'm trying to find
you're
it.
having a little trouble. That's always the voice I gave him.
Yes.
Flippy.
Okay, so the four of you are you're not necessarily like family, right? You're not you explicitly stated you're not related, but you're part of the same like community, you're friends, you played in a band together for a little while. Real quick, Charles, what was the name of your goblin band?
Let me think. Was it Goblin Ska? Then it was Skoblin.
Go to hell. I love it.
I will bet you $100 that's the name of a ska band. Like I will bet you $100 American that it is.
If it's not now, it will be tomorrow. Someone's stealing it.
Right. Goblin. TM.
Ian, can you play
It
trumpet?
was all trombone. Wasn't that what we decided the ska band
yes.
was going to be with 100%
Yes,
trombone?
all trombones.
Yeah. So we all also played the trombone.
What
Okay.
was that, Pashki?
I was just asking if you could play the trumpet, but then they brought up trombone, so it's a moot question. at this point.
Tromboning.
I mean,
Okay.
all a trombone is like a big slidey trumpet, really.
But once you got out of middle lower high school. You were no longer allowed to pursue your musical dreams. You had bills to pay, mouths to feed, butts to kick, what have you, and y'all got to work. Unfortunately, you live in a crushing post-capitalist cyberpunk dystopia. Not a lot of work for the little guy.
Real life right now, or are you talking about your game? Because this sounds really familiar.
Well, you're happy in the game.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry.
well, yay!
Great.
It feels good to be here. I'm really excited to just go out and get some stuff done.
So after a while, you have downloaded the Giggle app, and which is a gig app where you can sign up to do different jobs for people in the community, get paid, and be your own boss. So the four of you are gathered outside your favorite drinking hole, where you kind of get your breakfast taco on and get ready for the day. You're having your recaffeinated, dehydrated cocoa bean chow.
Regrettably, our favorite watering hole is actually a hole. Like you lower
Literally
it,
a
you
hole
get
full
down,
of water. Yeah.
and then you
Guts.
bring it back up, and there's like a coffee, maybe a donut if you're lucky.
Stink Gut, didn't you once tell me that the name of this was Cloaca Maximus?
Yes, I did. Cloaca Maximus, which is also the name of my Warhammer character now.
You're actually in an area of town called the Butcher Dome.
Yes.
The Butcher Dome is a combination meat market / animal fighting arena. They have cockfights followed immediately by specials on chicken nuggets.
And then speed dating.
and speed dating too. But only if you
So
want
it's
to date
like
a
a flea
chicken.
market, basically.
You can also eat the fleas. They are very big. This is like you went to the local carniceria, you fought 3 dogs in order to get your tacos. You're eating your tacos, and one of you who has the phone in this group? Who has the phone with the app on it?
Who's being
It's
piloted
clearly
by
the
one?
rats.
Yeah.
You just crank the tail the other direction. It just like projects like out of its. It probably projects out of its eyes, like little beady little
Rat
lenses.
eyes. Yeah.
Rat
Okay.
eyes.
The rat's our boss. It just chimes in every so often. Hey, I got a job for you. Why don't you go fix the plumbing?
It has to sound like it's from a Victrola.
Yes.
Like it's a wax cylinder.
So y'all,
Time to go deliver the message.
you start cranking. I'm gonna say y'all start cranking the rat, and
Oh
the
boy,
whole,
here I go cranking the rat again.
my dad told me that'd make my palms get hairy.
My dad told me it make me go blind.
And as you crank the wrap, a holographic display of the Giggle home screen shows up, and there are 3 job offers on tap that your group has been asked to maybe try to do. You have one that is a security job, one that has the little like chef hat icon, meaning it has to do something with food, and one that has like a black mask, like a thieves mask, which means that the job is maybe less than legal. Now you can click on any of the jobs, check them out before you can look at all the jobs before you take them. Which one would you like to check out first?
Well, I feel like I'm medium well equipped for combat since I have the multi-tool arm, acidic drool, and pain immunity.
When you said you're
Probably not
medium
so-
well equipped, I thought you were going to say cooking.
Yeah, no, I'm medium done. No.
Medium well.
Whereas, like, that would probably also work for cooking. I don't know how stealthy I can be, is my only problem. So, I would take the domino mask one off the table, the crime-in one, and choose between combat or cooking.
I would say cooking, and that's also seconded by Chandras from the chat. So
All right.
Awesome.
So that's the first job you want to kind of click on and see what the details are.
I'm gonna
Right.
click that.
So
rat.
real quick, I rolled randomly on the gig creation table which is a table of 12 options, and I want to say 4 categories. This one is a cuisine task with with a location statue of a pharma CEO, location the wastes, and the person hiring you is a secret society. That's not what it says in the app. What it says in the app is we are looking for a catering team to prepare a special brunch at the sacred statue of Sir Lily de Farnsworth, located outside the bubbling pits of Quash in the wastes.
Sounds lovely.
I like it when it bubbles.
I got an
Yeah.
apron. Let's go.
Please don't get me fired.
Do we want to
Yeah,
at
for real,
least?
for real. Let's take.
I couldn't think of
let's
any
watch
other
the
name.
I can give you a couple.
Son of them.
I
Procter &
literally don't know any
Gamble,
of them.
Yeah, Johnson and Johnson.
Flexadrone CEO,
Okay.
Shonda
Thank
F.
you.
Farnsworth.
Okay.
So that is that job. Do you want to just accept that one, or do you want to take a look at the others?
No, I mean, secret societies, bubbling stuff, catering. It sounds exciting.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's-
I'm leaning towards it, but I at least want to humor the other one, like one other one,
Yeah,
just
let's
for
hear
fun.
about it.
You
Just
gotta
for
crank
fun.
that rat.
yeah,
Yeah,
crank the
that's
rat.
Crank the rat. Okay, you crank the rat. You hit the.
Crank that rat. Crank that rat.
I assume you wanted to check out the security one.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, so security. The 4 on here is security, sentient subway car in the warehouse, and the person hiring for this job is a single mom of 12. So this job is mom has to go to work and is looking for someone to guard her
Carriage full of children.
no, the children are safe at home
This is old
okay.
Mother
in the
Hubbard.
mines.
So this is
Uh,
a cat in the hat situation, right?
But the problem is that the delivery, the local delivery of baby formula is on board a sentient train that is under attack by pregnant marauders.
Oh,
And so she's looking to hire
this is a
some
lot
people
to
to
unpack.
protect.
Yeah.
So we're
Even
watching
I
the-
did not think I was going to hear pregnant marauders.
Marauders.
I
is
feel
the
like
winner.
we're watching the kids while the mother goes off with her friends who are still currently pregnant to maraud.
No, I think
Is-
we have to babysit the train, like, and spank the bullies who are trying to hurt it. It sounds confusing.
Pass. Go.
Yeah, hard pass. We're gonna
All right.
cater the
Too many moving parts.
Do you want to look at the thief job, or do y'all just want to go straight
Yeah,
for
let's look at the
the
thief
cooking?
job.
Sure, let's look at
We
it.
could do
I
some
mean,
hobgoblin.
maybe it
then.
doesn't involve.
You crank that rat one more time, and
feel? How will you feel?
this one
I want a whole
is
episode of that.
there is a job to retrieve the formula for purple miasmic weed,
Okay.
cannabis,
All right. Okay.
from
Well,
the
okay. I'm
from the
being a
information
character.
archives, located in the center of town, and some middle management asshole is looking to get his hands on that.
See, like, Charles wants to do that one, but I feel like Stink Gut would feel more at home catering a bubbling wasteland.
Well, Stink Eye is a botanist and is going for weed.
I mean, I am
so I'm
also
team
a
weed.
hydroponic farmer who
All
grows
right.
vegetables.
Well, hell, I'm glad we looked at this one. And middle
What
management.
what
can
happens
suck
if we
it.
crank the rat backwards?
Nothing good.
Satan.
That seems likely. Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay.
That's rich.
So
Before we move on from that joke, backmasking is back. They're saying it's about a Billie Eilish song that's like, if you play it backwards, it says "Hail Satan" or whatever. Like, there are metal songs that say that playing forward. Like I don't know.
There's also Billie Eilish also has a song called "All the Good Girls Go to
Let's go
Hell."
to hell. I
Yeah.
have it for Beat Saber.
It's a pretty good song. So in order to get through, you guys do not travel the city as the tall folk do, as the mutants do. You are small. You are so small, but also you're like crafty, right? You don't need to worry about things like the law. Let me move you over here. No, that doesn't work. I need to figure out this camera placement.
Okay.
Aha!
I have a question. So, in terms of how big we are, like knee high, thigh high.
You can get
I would
high.
say
Who's
thigh
knee?
high is average.
So
Okay.
my bicycle is probably like a little kid's like trike.
Yeah.
With streamers.
Yes.
Yeah, but that you've like hooked a like cyber. I love saying cyber from words for no reason.
The
Cyber.
cyber trike.
Cyber
it's a cyber trike.
streamers. It's got
Like
a cyber bell on
transforms
it.
between it can transform between being a tricycle and being a quadcycle.
When you ring that cyber bell, it goes tron tron.
It has laser streamers.
Yeah.
So you guys use the hidden pathways in the city, the liminal paths, the spaces in between to get around town without having to deal with the hustle and bustle of things like security and human guards and corpo cops. So in order to get to the archives, which is not a like as far as dangerous areas go, it's not that bad. Now, the downside is you need to pass through at minimum 2 liminal spaces. You could go through you essentially have to go through the dumpster behind the taco tone
Okay.
to get into the shadows. But then you can either go to Grushmageddon or into the sewers.
That's
Man,
good, obviously.
I was so like leaning sewers, but that's
Well-
because I'm a child of the '80s. And
Now, I
everything back
will
then was
say,
about sewers.
the going to the sewers is a more direct path. You'll get to the archives faster if you go from the dumpster to the sewers.
And we
Then
can
you'll
make friends
essentially
with
be
the
at the
rat.
archives.
Another rat.
If
Look,
you go through Grushmageddon, you have a much more circuitous route.
Think
If you go-
also you are being piloted by a rat. Remember that.
So, but my fear is that the rat zone will find a rat girlfriend, and then we're gonna have to deal with all that.
I'll say one more
Hold on.
thing.
Why don't we figure out what mood the rat's in by seeing what music is now playing out of the rat?
What music is now playing?
Slugfuckers Incorporated, which is off of the Slugfuckers Incorporated album. And in
Mhm.
case you're wondering what Slugfuckers Incorporated sounds like, it
And I
sounds
am.
like a piano hammer that's also mixed with trash cannon.
That sounds sewery to me.
Yeah, that sounds super sewery. It's sewer core.
Clearly,
Sewer
clearly we have
core.
a Bowie reference here.
So I will say one more thing. Now, I'm not saying this to sway you. I'm just saying this for you to know. Groshmageddon is one of the deadliest places in the city. The grocery store does not fuck around. So you can make your choice. Do you want the circuitous route that has more danger? Or do you want to go like straight there and try to finish this gig as quickly as possible?
I'm just gonna be over here in the corner, this like skull blasting skull fuckers as loud as I can, so you guys can pick.
Skull fuckers Incorporated. I've heard that
Are
song.
you just
yeah.
like cranking the rat the whole time too?
Yeah,
Oh
just
yeah, I
drinking
can
that
do that.
red.
Like that's how you keep the volumes going for the
I
slug
love
fuckers.
I love it so much. I don't know why we ever moved away from rat tail crank technology.
It was
It's
just,
because
the
nobody
sound was
wants
so
to
much
work
warmer.
any these more. Like
Yeah.
Look, there were too
exactly.
many knockoffs. Like there was possum-based technology, and then from there it became like raccoons, and it just got too big. And then the whole system collapsed.
I'm
don't
currently
forget about
because of
Musk with his
rabies.
armadillos.
I'm currently picturing a possum dressed as a DJ.
And it's just on its back.
No, it's spinning with its little hands. I like possum. Anyway,
I love
Maybe it's
possums.
playing possum while it spins with its little feet.
Yeah.
Arms up on its back, spin with its feet.
I feed my possums.
All right.
So where do you want to go?
Sewer, I think, is what we've decided.
Sewer. I'm voting Team Sewer.
Okay, let me see here. Let me get this down. Okay. You finished up your tacos that have real meat in them. Each word has its own set of around them.
I look at my taco and I say, or the rat says, "Where's the beef?"
And
That's
I
really
laugh.
And that's your rate. Thank you for one person laughing at my 80s reference.
Yeah, man.
As y'all are kind of moving away, you hear a scream in the not so distant distance. A single word that sends chills down your spine, and that word is spiders.
Oh, that ain't good.
Mm-mm.
Not to folk our size. We're a tasty treat to spiders.
And then I need to come over here. Nope, nothing. So on the map, all the random tables will kind of be lumped together so you can just roll them all at once. Unfortunately, on my dock, they're 5 pages apart. 5. Oh, that's okay. Well, obviously. And checks. Yeesh. All right. Are one of you? No, none of you have any biology knowledge. You're all plant people.
Mhm.
That is biology.
It's not the kind of biology you need for this particular challenge.
Okay. Yeah.
This thing sporting 8 eyes and maybe 27 legs.
Is it one of those rats?
The legs themselves are not as chitinous as you would expect from spiders you had seen in the past. They're wiggly, they're wombly, they look
good.
slimy, they have like suction cups on them.
No, this is good for us.
And
Is
they
this a
are
sea spider?
How far away is it? How is the closest one?
the thing that is breaking out of its current containment tank and trying to eat its handlers is probably if only I had a way to randomly determine shit. Is 1 stall away from you.
Hey, you know what?
If you're going to avoid this altogether, it's time to go.
No. I've got something even better.
Do it.
Those beady ruby-colored eyes that it has so many of.
Mhm.
Well, I've got acidic drool, and it's not covered in any chitin, so I'm going to practice a little like I don't know what
Target
the
spitting?
goblin martial art is called, John. What is it called? The goblin martial art?
Capoeira.
So I started going na way, and then after just 1 or 2 of those, I right in the eyeballs of this.
You also have to yell
monster
Brazil.
spider. All right.
Just roll me 3 die.
All
So
right, you
the
got it.
dice used in this game, as Charles is doing that, are
anything.
whatever 3 dice you happen to grab at the time. Any of them work.
Okay. So we've got 2 evens and an odd, and since I'm using my acid spit, I would like to argue that I get to re-roll that 1 odd. This
Yeah,
is
I'll
like-
allow that.
Yeah, this is like my number 1 weapon. I've been
Yeah.
acid spitting since childhood days.
All right.
My
roll
teachers
it.
hated me. It's still odd, but that's still 2
Okay.
evens.
Yeah. You and spit a acidic loogie. I would say it kind of burns and sizzles at your lip, but you're immune to pain, so it's
Yep.
all good, baby.
That's really handy when you have acid in your mouth 24/7.
True.
So you hawk this loogie out, and it is much bigger than it should be.
You
Whatever
bet.
weird science has given you, acidic spit has kind of given you that, like, I can produce more than my body should be able to hold thing that so many
Becker's
gross animals
glands.
seem to have.
Yeah, Betcher's glands is I think what I call them.
Yeah, and it lands and kind of splashes over this thing, and you see its limbs kind of like dissolving and popping off, and it's roaring. Its like beak in the middle is clasping, and two mandibles are shooting out around its beak and clasping, and there's just lots of claspers. Is I guess what I'm trying to
So much
communicate to
clasping.
you.
Crank my rat just a little bit more to like cover up that sound because that's just not pleasant. I think
Yeah, let's crank the rat.
Slug Fucker is a little bit more soothing than that, like those death keening cries.
Slugfucker does have a song that's all claspers, unfortunately, but this is not it. You're fine. You're
Yeah, but
fine.
that's a bonus track on the
Slug-
European
Yeah,
release.
skip that
Slugfuckers
one. I always skip that one.
Incorporated is the song that I would want to hear as I was dying. So I think you're doing it as solid.
I agree. I think everyone's better for this.
Yep.
Okay. Would anyone else like to do anything?
Can you tell me about this? So the spider that's attempting to escape its containment. Can you tell me about this containment?
So it was in a kind of 4-post force field, which each of the posts kind of generated a force field between the others in a hexagonal field. And it looks like one of those was damaged by a bird that got knocked out of the sky with a rock thrown by some kid.
Can I maybe?
You know, some dumb shit like that is totally gonna happen if we ever develop force fields.
I'm gonna try to. Oh God! Oh God! I think I'm gonna hack this force field
Okay,
to see if I can get it
Sweet.
working again. All right, let's
Yeah.
try this.
do it.
The creature trying to get its freedom, and we just started coming up and spitting all over it.
Hey man, it was clacking at me.
All right, so
It came out clackers.
2 odd and 1 even.
2 odd and 1 even. Okay. And let me see here. You are where am I?
That's
Where are
the
my character
chaos.
sheets?
table.
There's my character
Guys.
sheets.
Yeah.
If you wanted to, Bridget, you could re-roll one of those to.
Let's do that.
Yeah, you could. So, if I were you, and I wasn't the DM, I would say like, well, I have 2 benefits that relate to this. I have my iBazos book laptop, and
Not
I'm a
hacking.
hacker. Ergo, I should be allowed to re-roll 2 of my dice.
Yeah, I think 2 is really the way to go here.
Yeah, so I would say re-roll those 2 odd results.
I have 3 evens now.
Oh my goodness! So what happens?
It's going to create the force field, but it's going to do it a little bit wrong and cut off part of the spider.
Okay.
It's all right.
Sorry.
They've got.
He's got legs to spare.
27
Yeah.
He
legs,
does not
yeah.
have legs to spare. So when you're facing a threat,
27 of them?
when you're facing a threat, what happens is I roll the tags, the benefits, right, for that threat.
Right.
The benefits for this particular threat were too many legs and amorphous. Now, you pretty much dealt with his too many legs with your spit, taking that benefit off the table, and you have now trapped the amorphous being behind a force field.
Part of it.
Ergo, you have dealt with both threats, and it is no longer a threat.
Great job, us.
Yes.
There you go.
Hey, crank that rat.
Very-
Play a victory song.
I'm especially good at exasperating. Oh, what a good guy, that's Gaston.
Okay.
Me and Bridget are grooving on that joke. That was awesome.
As you see people start cleaning up and like picking up after the debris, you see a guy with the pitchfork kind of moving around, like stabbing bits of whatever people were caught and throwing them in one meat bucket, and stabbing the bits of spider and throwing it in a different meat bucket.
It's a living.
You guys see the Swanson Meat Company police force moving down the line towards you. They are not known for lots of survivors of their questioning, but they do often have specials on various meat products.
I
If
just
you-
like to imagine that these guards are like the guard equivalent of like a chicken in a can. That like whenever they're deployed, like the can opens and like the guards like covered in goo like squiggle out and there's like amble forward covered in like guard goo.
They're also genetically modified, so they only have cloacas
I
to
love
cut down on breaks, so they
And
no
the
longer
other thing
need
about
bathroom
them,
breaks.
all white meat.
it. Oh,
It's the other white meat.
Yeah.
because they're cops.
Yeah.
It's a big joke.
Yeah.
Crank that
Wink,
rat.
wink.
Crank that red.
Crank
So-
that rat.
Crank that rat.
Moving
Get it.
on.
My recommendation as your friendly giggle master, which is what we call GMs in Odd Gobs, is maybe head the other direction towards the taco tone and get behind that dumpster.
Let's do it. Hide
All
behind
right,
the dumpster.
it's dumpster
Like
time,
the
guys.
heroes we are. Yep. Actually, I don't feel too ashamed about this because dumpsters are where all the most awesome stuff is.
Absolutely. In real life, I was part of a food or feeding like people organization where we'd raid dumpsters for like when they'd toss out perfectly good food and we'd feed the homeless. And apparently that got me on an FBI watch list. But that's the story for a different day. But yeah, there is a lot of food that is throw away that's
Mhm.
perfectly good and viable.
To our FBI intern, thanks for monitoring us. We appreciate
Yeah, we
you.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
And even if they don't pay you, like I'm sure they love you, right?
I mean, we love you, Gary.
Yeah, Gary. We know where you
Gary.
live, Gary.
We're on to you, Gary.
Well, Gary knows where we live too, so let's just
Yeah.
hang out.
Yeah, exactly. We're pen pals. That's how I know where Gary lives.
So yeah, y'all get to you get to the dumpster ahead of the cops. This is a dance you guys have played numerous times, right? Like something happens, the cops show up, you cheese it. You like part of you feels like if they caught you, it'd all be a big laugh and you'd be on your way. You're like, oh, next time. But no, you've definitely lost friends to these kind of things. So you get to the taco tone, you duck behind it, and there is a beautiful dumpster. And behind that dumpster is just a crack that seems to go a bit deeper than it should. A bit it feels that if you slip behind this dumpster, instead of just coming out on the other side of this dumpster, there's a tunnel that just doesn't keep going the way it should line up to go.
Mm.
Well, if there's one thing I love, it's a tunnel. So Stink Gut's happy to lead the way. Oh, and my multi-tool arm includes a flashlight. Naturally, I mean,
Of
what
course.
multi-tool wouldn't? So I light that up and help us not trip over anything that may have died in this tunnel.
Okay. Yeah. All of y'all follow, I assume.
Oh yeah, we're
Hop on
into
the
this.
trike.
Oh,
Okay.
I'll crank it in the rear.
Yeah, I was
Cranking
gonna
in
say,
the
do you have any
rear.
rat music to traveling?
Yes,
music?
what song did you want to hear on the Rat Zune? I only have half a rat's worth of Zune's worth of music, so
Do you have any like
Rat.
80s rat music? You know, like a 80s rat ballad?
that's a
Like
great
the
question.
band Rat.
The next song that's on the Zune is Big Doctor Apocalypse from Little Scabba Raz, and it sounds like Apocalypse Goth mixed with Goblin Skiffle.
Perfect.
Old school.
Hmm.
So, whenever you land in a new place, I take a moment to roll for whatever challenge is happening in that place. And if that challenge has threat tags associated with it, I'll roll for some threat tags too. Each place has a number associated with it, and that number is the attached benefits that threat will have. So, for instance, in Groshmageddon, which I said is very dangerous, that's a 3. So any threat encounter there has 3 threat tags. Make sense?
Yes.
It does.
Yeah.
So you are in a liminal space, which means I rolled on the liminal threat chart. and this is where things get wacky, I guess. You have traveled this city, all over the city. You are experienced giggle jobbers. You have done so many giggle gigs that this is your career. This is your livelihood. This is how you get meat tacos in the morning. And so it's a little concerning when you throw open the old crusted over towel that leads to the archives, and something seems to bundle you up. Some force within the shadows behind the dumpster bundles you up and shoves you through. And you find yourself not in the sewers, not in the archives, but in the sweltering, radioactive, blasted zone outside the city called the Wastes.
Oh wow, we got a lot
Oh.
closer than where we were.
No,
Oh
Are
no,
there-
I
you
thought.
are on the opposite end of where you want to be.
Oh,
Are
I
there
thought
any
you said that it
plants
was
in the
out.
wastes?
No, the Waste was the
Oh,
culinary
that's
task.
right. Yeah. Well, we could switch gigs, I guess.
Or does someone else?
Look,
Could someone
us
else have
need to
accepted that
eat.
gig?
you know what? I didn't think of that. Why don't not Rathu, that was my name.
Rathu.
Hamger, why don't you roll me your 3d6 and see if that gig is still available?
Which one am I?
All three of them.
No. Which? Oh well, I did spectacular because I may have overcranked the rat, and that never works very well when you overcrank the rat.
Yeah.
So that's
Uh-huh.
all odds.
All did you say? Now, okay. No, that's okay. Look, there's good news and there's bad news.
No, isn't it all bad news?
Well, there's
Depends
good
on
news for me though.
How John's feeling. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know,
like, the good news, John's feeling great about this.
I'm
I
not
get
gonna
to.
I've already cranked the rat too much, but at this point, it's I can't stop cranking the rat, so I'm gonna keep cranking the rat because
You
this,
just
You're like a teenager right now.
yes, teenager.
Oh boy, no, that makes sense. You are just cranking
no.
this rat like crazy. And just like you guys watch him, like you see like the gig board start to like glitch out a little. She's just like, and you realize that whatever song he's listening to, you can hear, and it's like, like the rat is like opening his mouth and just screaming the lyrics of whatever Throgmorton song is going on. Ian, your arm stops working.
I
As
got a spare.
as
Your mother
as your
warned
bones
you.
fall out.
What? I'm sorry. Wait, what?
As your bones fall
Your
out.
bones fall out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought when you said my bones fell out that my bones fell out, but I guess my bones fell out. So my bones fell out.
Honest mistake.
You now have the stressor boneless arm.
I mean, that's actually maybe an advantage. Isn't that
You know,
technically a
Yeah, now we
They
can
technical?
stop his
call this
arm
the
thing.
stranger.
You all have a new stressor. It's called John's Angry. Man, I was okay. So
Come on, that was a good joke.
it was a pretty good joke. I won't lie.
I-
When you roll all negative, I roll on the chaos table and I narrate the result, and the action fails, meaning that job was taken. So the job in the waste is no longer available for you guys.
Great.
Where is
What a
the
waste.
nearest like structure, or are we just out in the middle of like a
Oh,
desert,
let me
or is this more of
check.
an urban landscape?
Because
Because a lot of things can be irradiated.
Yeah, this is outside the city, so it's like pretty fucked up.
Like
1, 2. Oh
dunes and
gosh.
shit?
Yes, thank you. Then mwah, mwah. You guys are craning your neck around, looking for the nearest liminal doorway to get out of here.
Is liminal your new Trumbull?
It's a little bit like that. Oh, I forgot about that. You see, you see a building in the distance that you recognize. It is the Junji Ito Memorial Funhouse Maze for Wayward Children,
Oh,
seems like a nice
which
place.
is
I
which
had
is
my
a
birthday party.
mirrored maze funhouse that leads to liminal spaces. It's an
do it.
escape route.
Holy crap, I'm into it. Okay.
However, you hear chittering.
I mean, like, that's always a good sign.
What kind of
Over the horizon, you see glowing green squirrels with patchy fur, giant fangs, and glowing red eyes riding hoverboards coming your way.
I mean, that sounds fucking awesome.
All
It
right.
really does. That's
They are
majestic.
hungry.
How many of them
Oh.
are there?
Actually, there's
How many of them are there? Dice
how
roll.
many? I should check. I should roll on the threat list before I just like randomly say. Let's say there are.
Because if we can take them, I want a hoverboard.
I just want to be
That's a
friends
good
with
point.
them. I bet the tall one's name is Anton, and I bet the other one's
Ooh.
name is Brittany.
I can call the big one Diety.
What happens if we crank a squirrel?
I have more information for you. I'm not sure if you're gonna like it.
He
I
just
mean,
keeps
my
rolling.
bones fell out, so
What else could happen?
As there's 5 of them.
Okay.
As they get closer, you see that they're wearing black geese and masks.
Oh man.
They seem to have weapons like swords and sai.
Martial
I
arts.
hate it.
squirrels.
I hate
oh,
it.
no.
However,
Anton, no, why would you do this to me?
however, the one in the lead does not have an ancient ninjutsu weapon of hand-to-hand combat. It is carrying a rocket launcher.
Okay, that's so much safer. We just have to
I thought you
get
said
close.
Death wasn't a condition in this game.
That was before I rolled infectious ninja rocket launcher squirrels on hoverboards.
I mean, what were the chances that was going to happen? You
Well, that's
know?
just
Yeah.
nuts.
It was the first
Uh,
roll to see how many different rolls on the table you would do to create that.
You're in the
monstrosity.
wasteland, which is a very dangerous area.
Gotcha.
So I had to roll 3 threats, and each threat is a 6x6 roll.
Wow.
It's actually,
All right.
if I had 2d6s, it would be much faster.
That does
I will
make
grab
sense.
2d6s
Well-
now so I can do that.
I don't think I'm equipped to do anything except die painlessly against these guys. How are they between us and the Junji Ito Memorial
not.
Mirror Maze for Wayward Children?
Maybe
By the way,
we should
I
flee
remembered
there.
every word of that because it was so cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I've been wanting to find my hole, so why don't we go there?
As we're
Yeah, let's do it.
fleeing, are there any plants in this area, or is the wasteland devoid of plant life?
Any dandelions?
Why don't
Does
you
it
make me a
have
roll? Why don't you
special-
check to see if you can see any plants flying around?
Sure.
Oh,
Okay.
There's all kinds. There's
Ooh, may I also make a
grumbleweeds,
plant roll because I like plants.
cactuses.
I got 2 evens and an odd.
Okay.
I got all odds again. I got the exact same roll. No, I didn't. I had 2 1s and a 3. Now I've
You
got
wouldn't
3.
know if a plant bit you.
Okay.
No, yeah.
All right. Well,
I'm a professional.
so first, Bridget, yeah, there's some plants like weeds and scruffy bits of scraggly irradiated plants. Nothing that you think would be super helpful. But let's find out what happens with Ian. 3 and 6. Okay, buddy. Okay. You guys are trying to figure out how to deal with this threat. I assume our cyclist is like hopping on his cycle, pulling on his cycle. I almost said boner. That's not the word I'm looking for.
I mean,
Are you sure?
you got a
the
pompano
Speedo,
here.
his cycling speedo.
No, he's just
It's cycling
groping
onesie,
and
like it's a
groping,
unitard
and he
kind of
found
thing.
boner.
There are just things coming out. It's fine. Top of the head, out of my butt, front of my butt.
Two
front of your
Two
butt.
of you are looking for ways to get out of here. Two of you are looking for plants. And as you are distracted, one of these squirrels does a ninja flip off of its hoverboard and bites Hamger. Now, these squirrels
Hamger,
are
no!
infectious, and unfortunately, radiation courses through your body.
Did it fix my boneless arm?
Unfortunately, no. The bones in your other arm fall out.
Do I at least get a nice like Tetsuo tentacle arm that
Yeah.
like swallows everything?
I mean,
You
I'm
do
thinking
not
you at
know.
least have regular arms that like are now move in new and interesting ways.
I mean, look on the bright side. If we get captured by the Swanson Company, you're basically already chicken tenders. So
Boneless.
I am feeling extra tender today and succulent.
Yeah.
I like the fact that at any point my rat can just abandon ship and just like
Yeah,
take over
yeah.
a different goblin.
Yep. I'm think I'm just gonna bail and run hellbent for leather into the wasteland with no plan whatsoever.
Okay. Is everyone?
But with great joy in my heart.
I like it. Go ahead and make me a roll.
Okay. I don't know how I could succeed at this, but let's find out.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I hope you succeed, and I
Alright.
get to describe then.
I have 2 successes and 1 odd.
Okay, great. Before I talk, does anyone else want to run and roll?
I
I'm just
would
gathering up
roll.
every
Sorry.
plant. So
I would roll, but I can't really hold anything in my hands.
Because there's a cap there.
how
No, because I have lost control of my
No
limbs.
finger bones.
Roll your die. Do it. Also, give your kitty a kiss for me.
So I got all evens, all twos.
Excellent.
Nice.
Should have been rolling my mouth the entire time.
Give your cat a kiss. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good. Oh, this is
He
good
loves
kiss.
head kisses.
I
Yeah.
can tell it's very good.
Just the snacks in case you
Okay,
haven't seen me before.
Okay. So Charles. Oh yes, Miss Patchkey.
hi, I'm here too.
Yes,
How flat are the wastelands?
they're pretty flat. Everything's been kind of nuked and bombed.
Yeah.
Now-
How
Listen,
flat
I
are
love
they?
that question and that answer. How flat are the wastelands? They're pretty flat.
It's not quite Texas, but it's almost Texas.
So I have my little
Tricycle.
kid's tricycle that I have engineered some in the past, but because I have engineer as a skill set, I would like to propose that I would be able to take my pre-existing modifications, which are old used bean can, and see if I can get at least 1, maybe 2 more of my goblin friends on there and help us just go.
Okay.
Like salt flats level speed.
Okay. I love it. Do it. Roll.
All right. So how many dice do I
Roll
get?
3 die.
I just only 3?
You always
Okay.
roll 3.
All right. So that is one even.
Okay. Do you want to re-roll one of those dice as an engineer?
Yes, I do. That is the same number. Why do you hate me?
Okay. So what you do is not determined by your benefits. Being able to re-roll dice after you do it is what your benefits do.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So you rolled 1 even, 2 odds, which means, as I look at the rules over and over again to make sure I'm actually staying consistent.
With those rules. What a weirdo.
So chaotic success, you succeed. However, I get to roll on the chaos table, and we've seen how that's gone for Ian.
Went swimmingly.
I mean, we roll that because I haven't written that. Okay. Oh man. Okay, it's fine.
You know, with no bones in your arms, there is not an inch of your back you won't be able to scratch.
Bridget, before I describe the chaos that's happening, do you want to do anything?
So I've gathered up all of the radioactive plants in the area.
Okay.
I'm going to smoke them.
Roll
Yeah.
it for me.
All right.
You gonna share that?
Let's see how it goes, and then I'll. Ooh, that did not go well. Okay, because
you
I'm a
shotgun
botanist,
that?
I'm going to re-roll 2 of these.
You only get 1 reroll per skill.
Okay, so just 1.
Yeah,
But
just
if you
one.
have another skill that applies to smoking weird plants, then
She does not.
I do not.
Okay.
So I only got one even.
Okay. All right. Look. Okay. That is. I'm trying to keep everything in mind here. All right.
magically all of those herbs combined with radiation
Yeah,
produce
can
one
I check
lucky
my
strike.
ability to hang?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to describe everything that happens, and this all happens at once.
Okay.
Ian
That's
decides. Hamger is like, okay, I've got to get out here. And with one arm flopped over the crank, he's kind of like using his shoulder muscles to like crank the rat.
I was gonna use my mouth.
Gross. But he's also spinning in a circle wildly, just flailing around with his other arm tentacle, whipping across these squirrels to defend them, creating this kind of chaotic flesh tornado. However, Bridget, the herbs you smoke change reality. You see strands of cosmic radiation reach out from the herbs, take hold of the holographic display that is coming out of the rat's mouth, and it becomes solid and falls, crushing one of the squirrels with the rocket launcher. That
Whoa.
rocket launcher
Score.
goes off as it hits the ground, sending the rocket up and back down. Mr. Paskey, as you are finishing this mod on your bike, get on everybody.
Jesus.
The rocket lands next to you, clicks
Okay.
twice, and then an EMP goes off, knocking out all electronics in the area,
Well, there goes my bicycle.
including the
Don't
hoverboards,
say okay, but not including the rat, right? Because the rat is
including
manually
the rat.
cranked.
Well, the electronic components of the
Yeah,
rat.
the rat is comatose but not dead. If you
lose half
guys
of my
run
songs.
now, you can make it to the Junji Ito Memorial Maze for Wayward Children.
I
A,
really
I
want
want
to see
that
this.
place to be real, and B, I want to go there right now. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I do
let's
hope you
do it.
understand that as I run to this as fast as I can, because
Your
I
arms
have
are
these
just-
swiggly arms, I am basically
Naruto running.
I am straight from the different mangas. My arms are like
Could we maybe tie his arms together and use it as a kind of like
I'm
carrying?
so happy y'all
Yeah.
got sent to the waste. That was a beautiful moment of
It was.
3 different chaos tables at once.
Yep. Never too many chaos tables.
You get to the Junji Ito Memorial Maze for Wayward Children. This is a building that was this was a franchise like Chuck E. Cheese
yeah.
that was created by a madman in the year like 2030. He popped them up with his fabulous wealth he got from running a publishing company
Love
in
it.
Texas. And he just built these everywhere before Junji Ito sued him into the dirt for stealing his name. So now all across the city, there are these Junji Ito memorial mazes for wayward children that are decrepit, dilapidated, and empty. However,
And in many of them, you can hear a faint voice that sounds a little like a guy named Charles Bernard wail, "John, why?"
his soul may have gotten trapped in Junji
I
Ito's.
need to know what is the food that is associated with the Junji Ito Memorial Wayward Children Factory.
Ozzy.
Showbiz Pizza and Chuck E. Cheese was pizza.
Yeah,
So, like, what is
Ozzeep. It's pizza backwards. It's like pizza, except
No,
it's
sir.
made out of
Nope.
hair
Nope.
and
Sloppy
gristle and-
Joe's.
Nope.
Oh, what is it?
Sauerkraut.
Hell yeah, I love sauerkraut.
I love sauerkraut too. So it's French style sauerkraut though, which is made with capers and duck fat.
No,
I
I'm
figured
not,
that
I'm
it had
not a
something like
fan.
spiral shape or something.
Like, yeah, with if it's Ito. See,
If
that
ever
means you
Curly
have to do it.
fries.
Yeah, yeah, that's what it would be.
It's sauerkraut.
I like.
And
okay.
Charles, for your sake, it's both. They serve both French and German style sauerkrauts.
Okay, yeah, because fried in a pan with onions is the fucking way to go.
All right, y'all make it to the doors. You burst in. You know that all of the Juji Ito Memorial homes are connected, so you should be able to get to another part of the city if you play it smart.
Are all of the mirrors sort of like the Amigara, the Mystery of Amigara Tunnel or whatever it is, or Mount Amigara, whatever that is?
Yeah, where each one is a very specific size.
Yeah.
Each one, every mirror essentially. Imagine if you would, someone had found all the different mirrors from all the different spooky movies over the like centuries of scary movies and got each of those mirrors into a different frame. So like you look in
Cool.
one, it's like, oh, I look like a scary monster, and then you look in another, it's like it's me as an old person. You look in another one, it's like there's someone behind me, and you look in another one, and it's like no, it's Harry Potter, I guess. I don't know.
Like not
Okay.
Harry Potter the Wizard, Harry Potter from the first Troll movie.
Actually, little known fact: Harry and the Hendersons. Harry's last name, the Bigfoot's name was Potter.
Yeah, it makes sense. Distinguished looking, you know.
You guys crash through this this place, mostly trying to get away from the squirrels. There are two directions. There are two directions you can go. You can head back towards the Butcher Dome. You know the path there, and you can get to the Kitchen District through this maze.
But all the gigs are gone, or was it just the one out in the wasteland?
Just the one in the wasteland was gone.
But how many songs are left on the Rat Zone?
Well, I don't
Rat
know
is
if
still
they were
comatose
right.
at the moment.
So you're gonna have to use your imagination. I can try to recite you all the lyrics I
Can we
remember.
try to
from
download more songs
Slugfucker.
to the Rat Zone?
You
But
can
you
also.
gotta find another rat to rat dock them to transfer songs.
Are you making
Make
rats
them-
make out?
Are they going rat
No.
hole to rat hole?
Making them? No.
You gotta tuck one tail and the other rat dock.
That's the
I
human
like that
rat.
everyone's miming how you connect rats now.
Right.
Audience, show us how you dock your rats.
And with me, it's like one up one nose, one up
don't
the
like
other
that.
nose.
Don't like that at all.
They meet somewhere up in my sinus, their tails. That's how
You
they
take-
dock.
You take the tail, you take the other rat's pooper, you slide that in, and then you take the first rat's tail, you plug that in, and then they
Ugh.
sync up.
I feel like this is like becoming subtly the plot of like From Beyond.
Oh
Thank
my
you for
God.
getting my reference.
All
So-
right, let's book it into the kitchen
If-
district. That
if
sounds
you
Yeah,
get
I'll
to-
second that.
Once you get out of the liminal zones, you'll be able to restart your electronics.
excellent.
Okay. You guys push through a mirror to get to the next like Junji Ito house and find yourself surrounded by humans who are wearing violet bandanas over their like mouth and nose. They're running around the place shouting at each other. You have stumbled upon a resistance training cell.
Cool. Resisting what?
Resistance for what?
Yeah, what are they resisting?
You don't know.
I'm gonna roll.
But what if
for
we're into it?
finding out resisting because
Okay. Yeah, roll
Uh,
ahead. Yes, sir. Give it to John. I want to hear you say it.
2 odds and 1 even.
Okay, that's fine.
How do I fail watching? I gotta know.
It's a good question.
Tell me.
So you kind of edge forward to here, and you hear they're talking. They want to take down the where is it? It'd be cool if this was on one big folding map that I could just quickly find these out. If you weren't aware, Odd Gobs will be printed on a folding map where everything's on one side or the other, and you can just like flip it once and then find everything. It'll be great. Where are you? Okay. these guys are chef school dropouts that are looking to overthrow the cruel tyranny of Ultran Tan, the cybernetic remains of Alton Brown,
Oh.
that run the
Okay.
kitchen district with a Iron Chef fist.
I can get
However,
behind
my friend, 3 and 4, what is happening to you?
True story. Real quick while you're figuring that out. When I was still on the awful forums, there was a user whose name I would laugh every single time I saw it because their username was just Alton Brown's balls.
Yes, I remember
And-
Alton Brown's balls. Yes.
Was this something awful?
Yeah.
Yeah. I fucking loved that name.
My favorite one was Fidel Castronaut.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
Yeah.
That was good. Yeah.
Okay, I am so sorry.
What did you do to me?
You remember what you were gonna do to those rats?
Dock 'em?
He's docked you.
You walk forward to hear the what they're saying, and unfortunately you walk right into the path of a human much bigger than you. He kicks you, not on purpose, he just didn't see you, knocking you to the floor. And as he kind of looks down, he's like, hey, sorry about that, bud. He takes a step forward and steps directly on your little cyber rat buddy,
Oh no!
crushing its little cyber skull.
Well, now I've got nothing to pilot me.
Yes, your
So I
brain
am
has been
going to-
disabled.
Hermit flail rage my boneless giblet arms,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to flail him to death with the
Oh.
rage of only someone who has lost their Zune rat could muster.
The Zune part still works if that helps.
Man, a Zune ain't helping nobody. Let's not get it twisted.
No, I am flailing. I
Oh
am
my God, that's
flailing
terrible.
2 odds and an even.
It's like your own hands are just like slap, 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 slap your own face.
There's plenty more where this came from.
Yeah, offer to tie them in a bow.
Why
So,
don't you step on someone on your own size?
Oh, Jiminy Cricket. All right. You flail around, and the guy who you're flailing at very ineffectually with your like boneless arms, you're kind of just slapping at him. Kind of looks at you, looks at the others, and says, "Dude, stop!" And then cocks you in the head with the butt of his rifle. The hit gives you a little bit of amnesia,
But I can roll with
and
the
you
punch.
forget how to farm.
No, no.
Oh
You have
no!
farmer
Why
benefit.
couldn't he have taken the memory of my rat that he just crushed? That would have been kinder.
Would you
It's
like?
possible. It's possible that you would store that memory on the rat.
Right? That's Zune rat and farming. That's like 2 out of 3 of your skills.
Yeah,
right?
It just
what-
deleted the Farmville app off the rat.
So what have you got left?
Millennial
Like, what
joke.
else?
He
is-
has a half full Zune and
Okay.
as his only benefit, and he has 2 stressors, being his boneless arms.
Each being its own individual stressor. That
Yep.
makes sense.
Could I offer
Hamburger's
you
having
some
a bad
wasteland
day.
weeds?
Well, I vote that we get the fuck out of this place before anyone else gets savaged by these indigo. What do you call those things? Kerchiefed weirdos.
Well, I would just also say, because I have 2 stressors and not 3, and I'm going to continue flailing unless that's going to distract the scene, because
So here's what I'll say. If your point is like I'm going to continue fighting until I die, there's no die. Like you can get 100 stressors, but until the end of a gig, or you guys just give up on a gig, you're still in play.
all right, that sounds good.
So you done flailing, or
No, I would keep flailing, but
would
I'm
any
not
of you
gonna.
like to stop him and try to comfort him?
I was going to offer him some wasteland weeds.
Nice.
Oh,
I remember a time where I could grow these, but
oh no.
I can't really work a lighter, so you're just rubbing it in.
No, I will light it for you. I will
Would you like to smoke some weed, Ian? Sorry, Hamger.
weeds.
Hamger would accept that as to assist with processing the trauma and grief of losing his rat pilot.
I understand.
You know what? I think we can do even better than that. You
Okay.
said that these are chef school dropouts and that this is the kitchen district.
You're not in the kitchen district yet, but these are your like. Once you step out of the doors of this Junji Ito Memorial Maze for Wayward Children, you will then be in the kitchen district. But these are kitchen district like civilians.
Right, but we're in the kitchen district. We already stepped out of the mirror, so are there scraps nearby?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Are there let's say there are bones in those scraps?
Okay.
I would very
see
much
where
like
this
to
is going.
collect a lot of those bones, and then I'm going to combine the engineering knowledge of it's not Hamgar. What is it? What's your name, Pashki?
I can't talk now. That's great.
Borbala is we're going to use your engineering skills.
Barbara for you.
Yes,
Thank you,
and
Barbara Thew.
we're going to use the base biological knowledge of our herbalist, who I believe is named Stink Eye. I am going to make an incision using my acidic drool and use the bone surgery attachment of my multi-tool arm to repair one of Hamgar's arms.
Okay. Okay. Man. I like it.
A lot of moving parts, I know.
There are a lot of moving parts. I'm gonna need the three of you to roll for me.
Okay.
All right, not
Let's
you.
do this
You
then.
failed me
We're
last
crushing
time.
this gig thing.
Yeah. Totally.
something tells me they're not going to get their special narcotics.
I think that
Two.
just like in real life, the gig is the one that crushes you. Yeah, I've got 2 successes as well.
All right, and Bridget.
All right, let's do this. I'm terrified after my last one.
You can do it.
What happened?
3 odd.
I got 3 odd as well.
Can I hack the
Three
dice?
odd.
Well, you didn't have to roll, Ian. I think it was.
Yeah,
I thought you
faster
said,
than
I,
me and
sorry, I thought you
Bridget.
said you 3, so
I did. I was talking about the other.
We're
the other
excluding
three.
you because you are being acted upon.
Yeah.
So.
And Bridget, what? Oh, Bridget, you were. Oh, that's
It
fun.
was her base biological knowledge.
Yeah.
So maybe what happens.
It makes sense
maybe-
that she wouldn't know because knowing plants does not mean you know bones.
No, I
So
do
let
not
me
know
make an
bones.
argument
Lots
here.
of plants
We
have,
have,
bones.
Like we almost have.
Well, this is a good. This stressor makes sense too.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So here's.
Let me make my case for the overall success of the endeavor. Let's
Okay.
pretend that each of our individual rolls was 1 dice in a 3 dice roll.
Okay.
Oh.
We had success, failure.
Okay.
And so I think that the operation was a success with the complication that Ian's arm is actually jointed backwards from how it used to be.
No, sir. You do not.
No?
You 2 successes and 1 failure means that I get to dictate the complication.
Okay.
So you're right, though. You're right. It totally makes sense that this is a success. However, you don't know how bones go together. Who even knows? I don't even know what bones are.
there's
Like,
a
Does
song
it
that helps
even
with this.
matter? You know,
It doesn't matter. You go.
Leg bones connected to the
You
something
found,
bone.
you found a bunch
Yeah.
of bones. You put him in your friend, and now he has a bone arm.
Yeah,
So, like,
exactly.
So
I don't
you
see how this
didn't
could
get
go wrong.
you didn't get bones in all the fingers. Maybe you got some extra bones in some of the fingers,
Yeah.
but you now have full control over one of your tentacles.
Now, for
All
those
right.
of you viewing at home or listening later at home, feel free to draw your rendition of Hamgar's new arm
Mhm.
and send
Please.
it to us.
Send it
Because
to
we're very
Charles.
excited. We're
Send
very
your-
excited to see.
Send your flesh phallus to Charles.
Yeah, always. And
Bridget?
this, by the way, is the perfect thing to have happened in the Junji Ito Memorial.
It really is.
Right outside of it. Yeah.
Stink Eyes,
Mhm.
you are a little strung out.
Okay.
Your brush with the radioactive narcotics has made you exhausted, and trying to figure out like where the bones should go, because you don't know shit about bones. You hate bones.
Yeah, I
Bones are
give up.
stupid.
Fuck bones, says Stink
Fuck
Eyes.
bones.
Yeah, I'll take more.
This is
bones
a
right
Wandering
now.
Monster message. Fuck bones.
Fuck
Bones.
bones.
The more you know.
So you now have the new stressor
Yeah.
exhausted. Which makes sense. Like that is a perfect stressor for this situation.
I actually called it radioactive weed exhaustion.
Okay, that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
I
yeah,
love
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I think I'm going to use
yeah.
that as my call into work one day. I'm
Sorry,
sorry.
boss. Smoke some
Got
radioactive weed.
weed exhaustion.
I do want to say that one of the possible like events that happened in the waste is that there's a bog wizard concert going on,
Fuck
and
yes.
that the air is filled with purple miasmic narcotic smoke.
Hell
Bog
yeah.
Wizard.
Blessed by Bog Wizard themselves. So Bog Wizard is in Odd Gobs. And if you
And
don't
Bog
know who Bog
Wizard-
Wizard is,
They do
they're
our
the
theme
intro and
music.
outro music to
Yeah.
our podcast here, guys.
They're a lot more than that, though. They're a
They are.
band. They're a couple of cool guys. They're a way of life.
They are. I agree. Yeah, if y'all want to get out of here, you can. Like, I ain't holding you here.
I mean, it seems like a lot of these tall mutants are doing shit that's probably going to get those Tyson cop into cans to. I love that, by the way. I'm just picturing like their little arms and legs and slimy uniform with like a little brass badge and like.
The worst part
Adorable.
is that they lay eggs with fully formed Tyson Corpo cops.
Ugh,
Yeah,
not cool.
not great.
Yeah. So what's our exit strategy from here? What's nearby?
So you're in the kitchen district now, right? You can see there's like chefs and maitre d's running around. Let's see what's actually happening in the kitchen district real quick. What's happening is, guys, it's more Corpo cops.
Are they still the Tyson brand?
No, this is Chef Ultran Tan's privatized security force.
Oh,
It's
and nearby,
Alton-
are there any
Alton
like,
Brown
kitchen?
ball busters?
Are there any kitchen cleavers, especially like those like nice like traditional Chinese cleavers?
You know what? You are standing next to Queevers R Us, the Queever Emporium.
I wish
All
that was
right.
a store.
Same.
Then I am glad that I have partial utilization of my one limb, my one tentacle. So that is perfect for grasping a giant cleaver and holding off the hordes.
I mean, do you want me to
Are you-
engineer a cleaver onto your floppy arm?
Are you all
Ooh.
trying to steal a Queever, or are you going to barter for it?
Oh, that's interesting. What do we have to
that-
barter with?
I've got some
Anything-
radioactive weed.
You can
By
trade any
barter-
of your benefits for a new benefit. Essentially, when you can barter a benefit for a benefit.
I've only
all
got
right,
one thing
then I'm
that's
gonna-
really. Well, actually, would they like a vial of my acidic drool in exchange for a cleaver? It's kind of a unique cooking.
It's a chemical cleaver.
Yeah, and also really will spice up your next Jello mold.
It actually won't make it set.
You go ahead and roll. Give me a roll.
You got it. I'm using my phone light today because I lost my dice light. That is 1 out of 3 successes.
Okay. So you managed to 3 and 1. You managed to find one of the guys who's working the Queever shop is a molecular
Gastronomist.
yeah. And
Those
he's
guys
like, you
are
know
awesome.
what? I bet I can figure some way to use that.
I had
yeah.
basil foam from one of those places once, and it was one of the best things I've ever put in my head.
So
was like
he
Basil
He-
aerosol. It was weird.
he kind of reaches back, grabs a vacuum with a glass tube, and jams it down your throat. it doesn't hurt because you're immune to
Yep.
pain.
Yep.
However, you do have a new injury as he gets some like glass splinters in the top of your mouth. So
that's
take a
bummer.
stressor.
Okay.
Take a stressor for injury, and you can. But I'm not going to take away your acid droll. You just get a cleaver, and you can
Okay.
give that to. You can give that away or keep it for yourself as a
No,
benefit.
no. I'm gonna give that to Hamgar with the idea that it will engineer it on there for him.
Well, I was planning on while that whole transaction was happening, I was just gonna steal a cleaver and like
Oh, cool! It's a
leave
double
my
wield.
hacky sack shoes as just like, here's a thing you're getting.
Go ahead and roll
So-
me your thievery skill, bud.
I am super good at thieverizing. Let me tell you, I am so
Oh,
good.
you
that
lost
I
one of your
got-
boneless arm stressors. Cool.
Yeah, I am so good at stealing that I have all odds again.
Mm.
No.
Okay.
So good
No,
thing that I am blasting my Zune and distracting them with slug fuckers.
Buddy.
Yeah.
If you'd said it with more conviction, Ian, you got to sell it.
Well,
Oh shit. Oh shit, buddy.
sometimes
Cool.
failing
No,
is
no,
more
no,
interesting than
This is
succeeding.
you're okay. Okay. Don't worry.
Don't worry, you're
Yeah.
gonna fail so
Yeah.
well.
You do not get a cleaver. You know,
Me?
you have your Zune in one hand, the
Pair of
hand with the bone,
chopsticks.
and you slap your like noodle arm against the cleavers, just trying to like get one, but you can't like, and you don't think like I have a hand with a bone in this side, but your
makes sense.
your like flappy finger hits a button on the Zune, and it uploads a new profession to your brain.
Ooh,
You
good, 'cause I don't have
gain-
one.
You gain the hunter benefit.
Ooh, that's
I-
handy.
Does that synchronize at the same time that I get like this cleaver implanted into my arm? Because that would just be like this awesome like shink.
I don't know. Is your engineer friend going to try to graft a cleaver onto your arm?
That's what I
That
heard.
looks like a yes to me.
Give it a
Yeah.
roll, Pashki.
Do it. Do it.
All right,
do
so
it.
yeah, I just need you to hold real still right here because I got the cleaver in one hand, I got my tools in the other hand, and I got
Guys,
my
this
tail
is a
holding you
store?
down. Could you just,
also
Sir, this
guys,
is a Wendy's.
sir and or madam, not paying attention to you right now, paying attention to this. This is more important. Anyways, what I need you to do is breathe in, then out. No, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. In. No, would you just? All right, so that is a 4. So that's 2 successes and a fail.
Okay.
Nice.
Just
not that
real
good.
quick.
Holy shit.
By the way, now that you're done doing it, because I found it highly amusing when you're shaking dice in your hand right here, and it just
You look like you're cranking the rat.
yeah.
All right, Ian. I'm gonna crank your rat real quick. You just hold there. Look to my ass. Look to my ass right now. Just I want you to make deep, long eye contact. Now I want you to breathe. Just remember.
All right, you successfully. No, okay, hold on. I have to ask. I should have asked before. Are you attaching this cleaver to his floppy arm or his bone arm?
Go
Look, his
floppy or go
bone-
home.
Yeah, the
Fuck me up,
bone
Daddy.
arm is structurally
Ah.
sound. We don't need that. We need him to be able to swing it, get some momentum, and then cleave.
Okay, so on your sheet here, I'm going to put Metroidvania cleaver whip arm.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna grapple all of the places I haven't been able to access before.
It's like you can. This is almost as good as a double jump.
Yeah.
All right, cool. You've done that. So, however, there are cops coming, or sorry, privatized security, coming this way. They are stopping everyone they come across, asking for their shopping permit for the kitchen district.
Ooh,
Now, as
I
goblins, you are not allowed to have a permit for the shopping districts.
I will happily comply, and I will get in line.
Can I hack some permits for us?
You certainly can try.
Okay.
There is a warehouse nearby that if you get into the warehouse, you can get back into the liminal space.
Yeah, I'd be more in favor of scurrying for cover this time around.
The time I roll
No,
3
I'm-
successes, that's when you all want to scurry for cover.
No,
Never
I'm in
mind.
line. I'm in line. I'm in line to show my kitchen
Okay.
pass.
I'm making some
Bridget,
passes.
do you want to tell me what happens as you're hacking these passes?
So I have gotten into the kitchen permit database, and I am making it appear like we have them. We just don't have them on us.
Okay.
So we could show them in the system that we've got these permits. They're just not on us.
Okay. You attach them to the QR code tattoos that every citizen of the city has to have.
And also load them onto the rat zone.
Uh,
Rat
every
zone.
citizen must carry their zone.
His holographic rat
okay.
rosette will pick
Ian,
this
you
up.
are, or Hamger, you're like ready to fuck shit up. You're like, yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Take my arm bone. Take my rat friend.
No, yeah. That
and
is
the
exactly where this is gonna go.
The Ultran Tan guard steps up to you, scans you, and then steps past you onto the next
Well,
person.
I look at like my limply hanging cleaver and I was practice and it's like pantomiming like the whole like wrist flick I was gonna do.
Don't worry, man. You'll get a chance to use that. How could
Yeah.
you not get a chance to use that? I'm giving you a
And
little
look
pep
at it.
talk. Yeah, I think that's glorious.
Man, I was
I-
gonna do the whole
I-
yeah.
I think
flavor.
that I think that you are now inarguably the best armed of all of us. Ah.
Who needs fingers to have a cleaver? Sorry.
I'm proud to have caused that.
With that in mind, the way out to the next like liminal zone again is the warehouse, and y'all are kind of a free shot. No one's stopping you.
Plus,
You
we've got these permits now.
You do. You can actually like go around and shop more if you want to, if you have more stuff to barter.
I mean,
Well, I'm not going to dry up of drool anytime soon, but I can't think of anything practical we could get here really, other than melee weapons.
And why do we need melee weapons? We got cleaver arm over here.
Yeah, I was gonna
Gotta
say I'm
cover it.
right here, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm an earshot.
is
Yeah.
my is my
mean,
trike
other
still
than-
dead?
No, your trike can work again. All of your mechanical arm, your Zune, your Ibezos book, and the trike are all functional again.
Okay.
Excellent.
Oh, and as you crank the rat to reboot it, it goes.
Rebooty root toot.
That was doing my phonograph thing again.
No,
I
love
appreciate
it.
that. Thank
It's my
you, Charles.
favorite.
You're welcome.
All right. Y'all go ahead and push through. You sneak in through the cat door of the warehouse. Why does it have a cat door? I don't know. It seems
Because the
convenient and
owners
silly
hate
to me.
songbirds.
I thought you were about to say there's giant cats here.
But you're in the warehouse. It is a decidedly creepy place. There are no humans working here. All these jobs have been taken by androids and robots, who are kind of going down the line, picking up a box, going down the line, putting that box down ad nauseum. And in this place, it's a 4. That's a 1. Oh, hooray! As you kind of push through boxes and make your way towards one of the other exits, you come across a tear in the fabric of reality.
I hate when that
Now,
love
these are not
those.
super
These aren't the
common.
bathrooms.
happens.
It's not super common.
Not with that
Um,
attitude.
Some of these can lead to like the Goblin homeland. Some of these lead to like ulterior dimensions with ancient inhuman things that plot for our destruction. This
Part of
one,
the sun.
this one leads to a mom and pop noodle house.
Oh, I love noodle houses.
But do they also plot for the downfall of all humanity?
They plot for
Who
the
cares?
delicious,
'cause-
delicious noodles for all
'cause-
humanity.
I mean, anyone that plots for the downfall of all humanity would be our ally in this, dystopian hellhole.
You say this is a mom and pop noodle shop in a
Mhm.
dystopian hellhole?
Yep.
Do you think they might want to hire for small goblin helpers to work in their noodle shop with their various special skills?
Oh dear, we don't make enough money to hire help.
Oh, well, let me tell you something here real quick. You could make enough money. You could if you hired the likes of us. I mean, first of all, we're a very skilled band of goblins that you might want us to have come and assist you. That way you could be more profitable and not have to focus on the minutia of your business, but the big picture. Plus, don't you need time for yourself? Don't you need time for you to go out and relax and get some you time? Get some of what makes it worthwhile. So I'm just saying, I can scrub a floor. I attached a cleaver to my friend's arm that is now a
Two of us.
tentacle.
Oh
Two of us
my!
can stand one on top of the other and wear a sandwich board to advertise. Probably
I
one
ha-
of us couldn't do it. But two of
I
us,
have a
one on top of
tail.
the other.
I mean, that makes me like part cat. You probably love cats.
I do want to point out there is an item in this game that is a trench coat made for 3 goblins.
Well,
So
we
three
are
of us
also
are
3
sandwich board,
goblins.
okay. Yeah,
Oh, there's
yeah.
4 of us.
Or we could be a very tall.
I might be a
trench
cat. I
coated
mean-
person.
No, we don't need any help.
I think they're hiding their soft goblin bigotry.
Well, you see,
I-
part of the problem is we only set up in these sort of spaces, so we don't get a lot
Liminal?
of traffic. But would you like some noodles?
I want some noodles.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Not
Like
gonna say no
IRL as
about
well as
that.
in game.
I think. We could use a way to get around a little better. We'll do a trade. We'll feed all of you 4 nice bowls of noodles in exchange for your little contraption there.
What little contraption you talk about?
Oh, I think you know, sweetie.
I don't think I know. What? Gang? Fellows? What do they mean?
Hellos.
I don't
Yeah.
I don't. You see, pulls tricycle closer. I don't understand your meaning. Surely one of you all has currency.
I got a cleaver for an arm.
I got got a
I
laptop.
have a cynic
we
duel.
could find a use for a laptop.
Oh, I could ditch this laptop, guys. Really lighten my load some. Maybe get myself a
You
rat
could,
Zoom.
That's very generous of you.
Yeah. I mean, you haven't really used the rat Zune. Or not rat Zune, excuse me. You haven't really used your laptop much.
I
you
have
think
used
to
my
hack that
laptop, but
thingamajig.
Well, yeah, that one time to get us through the thing and it could have cleaved our way through.
well, okay. Look, I'll get rid of the laptop. The next time, Cleaver is the only solution.
Yes. Violence,
Okay.
of course, is the natural solution.
Okay.
Yes.
Um,
And the
okay.
correct one.
I'm adding. Basically, I'm adding a benefit. Full belly to everyone.
What's that do?
It means you're not hungry.
Does this mean we can't get
You're
through the
not
cat
starving.
It means I now have a 4-foot vertical.
Dang, I didn't say you had Nikes.
They were Nike noodles. Now I can dunk a basketball for the first time ever. A feeling of tremendous power.
That was an example of one of the positive liminal encounters you can have. Leaving the noodle shop, leaving the warehouse, the robots are kind of ignoring you, which is nice. You can head either back to the Butcher Dome or an area called the Overgrowth, which is a communal garden.
Oh, I like that. Let's go there.
I feel like I would have liked that place at one point. but now I don't remember why.
Oh,
All
Yeah,
I
I
have
closer-
is the instinct to
Wah,
murder.
wah.
well, okay. New Hamgar might like the Butcher Dome better. I don't know. How do you guys feel about accommodating his new persona?
Hamgar has no feelings.
I'm just curious as to which is closer to. I thought we were like on our way to a job.
Do we even have a job?
Have we abandoned our job?
I mean,
Have we unassigned the order from our?
what
It's
really
still- you
is
have
a
not-
job?
you have not unassigned the order. It is still the order is still under your tab as like
This
you need to
is
do this
really
job.
gonna hurt our metrics. Like the open queue on this tab is just
Well,
Now
okay,
I
so
will say, one of you roll.
I'm real good at rolling.
One of
I'm
you
gonna
roll.
roll.
I'll
I
do
am
the.
so good at
You're,
rolling.
you're doing the roll.
No, you can do it. You can do
No,
it.
you can. Okay. Who's
Go
doing
for
it?
it. Go
Okay.
for it.
Okay. All right. That's 2 failures.
If it made you feel better, I also rolled 2 failures.
I rolled 2 successes.
Well, look at. Yeah, I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna go
Alright.
with the 2 failures, as that was what was told me first.
Yeah, that's fine.
2 failures, or not 2 failures, 2 odd. Look, if there are more odd than even, you succeed. They're not failures. They're like, think of odds as stratified chaos.
upside down success.
Exactly. So who is we're going with Patsky's roll as the final thing there. 2 and 3. Oh boy, I like that. Okay. Patsky, for a second you're thinking about the job, right? And you're like,
Yeah.
okay, we need to get to the archives to do this job. But there was another job. There was another job located in the and then something spooky happens.
Ghosts.
Ghosts.
Shit.
You are now haunted by an angry AI. It's whispering red rum in your ear and
Red
making
rum?
red rum.
Red Rom.
Red
Rum?
rum.
Red rum.
Red Robin. No, red rum.
I thought you said it was intelligent, man. Rum comes in light and dark, not red.
It's kind of
Okay.
reddish.
More
Rum
like an
comes in
artificial
different.
unintelligence. But
Oh wait,
I was
rum
making a
comes
really
in a lot
lame
different
joke.
spectras.
I thought
Yeah,
this
I'm
was
adding-
a Rom joke.
What about
I'm adding-
agricole rum?
I'm adding the stressor haunted to you as something in some part of your like cybernetics is now haunted. You can't
Yeah.
remember what this other thing you were trying to think of was. It has been stolen by the ghost, much like your item gets stolen in Super Mario Kart by the
There's
ghost.
a ghost. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, there is a job. Technically, it would be faster to go back to the Butcher Dome for the most direct route.
Hamgar probably can butcher something there too. So let's go to the Butcher Dome.
Okay, you are back in the Butcher Dome. Because we're kind of coming up on some time here. We'll say that you're not. We'll say we're not going to roll a new threat for the Butcher Dome. You've already visited that area today. They're still cleaning up spider mess. Spider mess. Spider mess.
Mess.
Sticky strands of white everywhere. Spider mess. Spider mess.
The whip.
Look out! Here
I
That
comes.
made
spider
a
just made a mess.
Ooh.
Instead, again, you got to go. You like pop out of the warehouse into the Butcher Dome, and y'all are just kind of trucking. You dive back behind the Taco Tones dumpster, and this I will make you roll to see where if y'all can get through this safely. Y'all are trucking,
I'll do it.
and there we go, 3 and 1. Oh, that's fun. Okay, you get to the entrance to the sewers, and the entrance is underwater. Fetid, disgusting water is flooding the area. Things float in it, and something is swimming in that water.
How deep is the water and how big is the thing?
is impossible to tell how deep the water is. The thing is bigger than you.
Well, that's
Yeah,
a
not
pretty
saying a
large
whole lot, but you
category.
know.
Yeah. Well, what if we were to all link arms and swim across this? We'd be too big for it to eat.
Are you trying to Red Rover the
Yes.
sewer monster?
I have no idea. I love the idea of us forming like a little.
I've got a tail. Like I can use that like an
To like do a
alligator
crack the
does
whip.
Now, I have bad
to,
news.
to power us through the water faster.
It's going to be real hard to get your trike through this.
No. Can we float it? Can we
Well,
build a raft and
I have
float?
I have an idea.
Can
If
I
you just took
engineer
a
it?
wire, wait, engineer guy, if you took a wire and you took the wire from the battery in your thing and you put it inside my boneless arm, the one that's not fixed,
Okay. I like what we're.
That's
Well,
not.
So let me
that's
see if I got this
creative
straight.
problem solving.
Cleaver tentacle.
It's not problem solving. It's just that's the end result. He just wants the wire in his arm so it can go.
well, I thought that was I could propeller arm the scooter. I could hold it and I could just
Why not?
Yeah, this makes
Yeah.
sense to me.
it's goblin physics.
How far underwater is the entrance? Can we even see it? You said it's
I am
like,
an engineer.
Good question.
It depending on your memory, which isn't terrible. You are the only person in this group who hasn't. No, yeah, you're the only person in this group who hasn't taken an EMP to the face, become brain damaged,
I thought you keep saying E and P, and I'm like, I'm keeping my fluids
E and
where they
P.
are.
or this is really shocking for me to say, Charles, but you're also the only one who hasn't smoked narcotic weeds from the wasteland.
Now let's be clear. In game, Charles.
In game,
No.
Charles. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's
Yeah,
about
it's not-
it's about 8 feet down there.
Yeah.
Like based on where the water level is, so not insurmountable. And here, like if it would be a sacrifice of the trike, but we could use it as an anchor to like get down to that entrance. But I'm not even sure what we're gonna do once we get there since it's underwater. I like this might be one where we just have to eat a failure on and take the bad rating, and then when they can. I've actually I've never done like one of these jobs. Can you like appeal a bad ruling or whatever, or a
You
bad review?
can,
Depends.
but not if. But hardship is not a reason they care about.
Well,
Yeah.
if the entrance of whatever you're trying to reach is inaccessible due to
Trust me, as someone who drove Uber and meal kits a lot, they do not like. Hey, this address didn't exist. Okay, well, you
You
should
should have thought of that before you
should've-
took the job.
You should.
Right,
Drive
right.
it back to the store you got it from. But
Yeah,
that's
I'm
like
not
45
imagining it
minutes
doesn't
away.
Suck. Yeah, I was just curious. Well, fuck it. I don't know. Goblin Charles is all of a sudden stink gut is thinking very strongly of other career options right now.
So that is fine. I think this is actually a pretty good place to call it.
Yeah.
You
And we're
guys,
also alive.
you guys did pretty damn well.
I loved that. That was fun.
Most
that
of
was
you-
quite enjoyable.
Most of you exited this game with more benefits than you came in with.
Mm-hmm.
And Ian, at one point you had like 3 stressors and you left with just 1.
Yeah.
So like y'all did great. So recap. Barber Thew,
Yes.
you are still a cyclist, an engineer. You are full, and you have your prehensile tail. Bad news: you are haunted by an AI ghost.
No, I mean it's fine because that way I at least have someone I can talk to on the lonely nights when everyone else has told me to go away. And this way I have a ghost that I can be friends with forever, and they will not leave me. I'm happy with this
That is a
outcome.
perfect goblin response.
Passionate
You
is
said
my
it was a
favorite
negative.
one of all time.
I have a permanent best friend.
Stink Gut.
Love it.
The
Yes.
only change you had, is that you are full now. You got some food out of this adventure.
Which means I got some rooms to go stink up with my gut.
Yeah. Stink Eyes, you're just real tired. You're gonna go home, eat some like Cheetos on the couch and like veg.
Here's the important question. Flamin' Hot or jalapeno cheddar
Or puffy.
or puffy.
Jalapeno cheddar.
That's mine too. Wow, we are like twins from
Told
parallel
you.
worlds
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
Friends, this has been Odd Gobs, a
Yeah.
game that is uh like the main point of this game is to ratchet up chaos as quickly as possible and to have that chaos be fun.
Yeah.
I had a blast running this. This has been a truly fun time. This game. Oh, let me just check real quick. I was hoping
let's
maybe.
check the
Oh,
text.
we're so close. We are about $40 away from hitting the next tier of stretch goal, which is we will make a hardware OS combo for Cyber Metal 2012.
Cool.
And after that, the next stretch goal is making a class for Cyborg.
Yes.
This is going to be a really fun game, and it's going to be a really cool object to have. We're doing it on a folding map, and like I said, like this evening, I was having to like scroll through a Word doc where I've written everything down. But the when it's a map, you can just kind of like flip it, find the thing, and roll. So it will move much faster. Yeah.
Go
Well,
back it now. Oddgobs.com.
Yeah.
And we have art by Rollins. What's last
Roland
name?
Coons.
Roland Coons. That's actually his name. I always just assume it's like a pen name online, but yeah, Roland Coons, who did Orkborg among other things. The design, you should go to oddgobs.com and check it out. It's gorgeous. I have pledged it. I am talking to you now as Charles Bernard, independent citizen of planet Earth, and I think this will be a very fun game. So
Thank
you should
you.
go
Thank
back the hell out of it.
Thank you so much. Next week, Ian is involved in a project called Metromancer, which is going to launch on Kickstarter on
Subway
the 20th,
Crawl.
which is next Monday. We'll talk a little bit more about that next week on Wednesday and what that entails, but you can check that out right now by going to Kickstarter Metromancer, a 3-piece subway crawl for Cyborg. Hit notify me when it launches so you can find that.
Yeah.
You can also see
one more thing. Sorry, John. It just occurred to me. Tomorrow we will be doing randomly generated encounters with John Baltisberger, featuring the one and only Billy Blue. What time will you guys be doing that?
that will be around the same time. I think 8:30 or 9. I'll
Right.
Woo!
We'll post information about it tomorrow. But yeah, if you're interested in hearing John talk to Billy Blue, which you should be, because that's a pair of brains talking at each other, you should tune in tomorrow for that.
It's gonna be cool. We're gonna talk about the game we played, TLD. But we're also going to be talking about like this is the first project that he's taken from like conception to like fulfillment. So we're going to be talking about the ins and outs of that, which is a lot. And like, I'm sure if you haven't done it yet, you want to do it. If you have done it, you want more perspectives on it. One little thing, you can find the Metromancer like teaser PDF on itch by going to stepbro.itch.io/Metromancer. The
Go to
intro
our
and outro
Facebook,
music.
we've got the links so you can find the stuff. Yeah.
The intro and outro music for our show, as I mentioned, is Barbaria by Bog Wizard off Purple Miasmic Smoke. It kicks ass. You can find all of this on our website, One Moncast, which also features a ton of RPG reviews by myself and Charles. And if you're not following One Moncast on Twitter, like do that. Charles busts his ass getting cool game news on that tweet. Like it is a legit source to keep track of what's going on in the nerdverse. So that's everything. Please go back on Gobs. Look, it's getting made. We're making this game, but we really want to hit these next few stretch goals so we can make it a bigger and more comprehensive game. It's going to be cool. And I love you all. Thank you so much for joining us on this consensual journey we call Wandering Monster. My name is John Baldisberger.
I'm Charles R. Bernard.
I'm Bridget Brave again.
Ratatouille.
Mr. Pashke.
We will be back next week. Until then, like, go back Odd Gobs. I'll say it again. Here's everyone.
Crank your rats.
Crank those rats.
Rats.